What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Purple and Gold podcast. And today we're coming back with another team mock draft video. So, without further ado, let's spin the wheel. And you guys have loved the series so far, getting, a lot of views considering how small the channel is right now. So, if you are new, please consider subscribing because we are going to be doing mock drafts for the entire offseason. But before we head into this mock draft, we're going to take a look at the depth chart for the New England Patriots. And this is a team that went 10-7 under rookie Mac Jones. So the quarterback position has definitely been solved. Cam Newton certainly wasn't the answer after Tom Brady departed. Um, there is a good running back room. Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, James White, and even Brandon Bolden actually sometimes gets into the rotation. So they have a good set of backs there. Now, the wide receiver position could get a little better, but I think because they invested, money into Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar, I just don't see them really attacking the wide receiver position. And Jacoby Myers has also made a name for himself these last couple of seasons. Hunter Henry was a huge signing. Jonnu Smith looks like a huge waste of money. Devin Asiasi looks like a big waste of a pick. Not like he was a high pick. But yeah, he's kind of buried in the depth chart now that these two guys are here, and Jonnu Smith barely gets the light of day. And then taking a look at the offensive line, seems like the Patriots' offensive line is always good. You have Isaiah Wynn, former first-round pick, Karras, Andrews, Mason, and Brown. So that's a pretty good unit right there in itself. We don't have to worry about anything there. And then taking a look at the defense, which is a 4-3, you have Dietrich Wise, Christian Barmore, Davin Gaucha, excuse me, and Lawrence Guy. So that front isn't the flashiest, and I think there is room for improvement up there. But a lot of money went into Gaucha, and then also money went into Matthew Judon last year, who is going to be an edge rusher. There's no way that he's going to be playing a standard linebacker role. He's going to be a pass rusher. So there is definitely money invested into that unit as well. Um, Dante Hightower, Jawan Bentley, not a bad duo to have there with your linebackers, and then Kyle Van Noy is also buried in there in the depth chart, but he's also primarily a pass rushing linebacker. J.C. Jackson, it seems like he's going to leave because he's disgruntled that there has been no progress made with any contract talks between him and the Patriots. So I'm assuming that he's going to be a free agent, but as of right now, he is a Patriot, so he is the best cornerback. But after that, Jalen Mills is a complete bum. Jonathan Jones isn't bad, but definitely not a number one corner for sure. And then after that, you look at the two safeties, Adrian Phillips and Devin McCourty, and then behind him is Kyle Duggar, who has shown a little bit of promise as well. So the team is pretty well assembled, but there are some glaring needs here and there. So without further ado, let's get this three-round mock draft started with. And last year was a really interesting offseason for the Patriots because that was the most money that they have spent ever, really. And they needed to because Tom Brady couldn't carry the team anymore. Um, but here we go. We're sitting at 21. Let's see what we're going to do here. Now, guys, keep in mind, I am basing this off of what the team looks like now. We still don't know what the teams are going to do once free agency period comes along. Things are going to be much different then. So what I do now in a mock draft is going to be completely different from what happens later. It's all going to just be according to what guys leave and what guys come into the building for each and every team. So taking a look at what we have here, and cornerback is going to be a huge emphasis for me. Now, I really like Roger McCreary. I've made that pretty clear. He is my number 3 corner in this year's draft. But I want to take a look at my other options because drafting for need isn't necessarily always the best option here. The two quarterbacks are still here, which I really like, but again, Mac Jones, you invest a first round pick in him. There's no way you're going to replace him that quickly with another rookie. Hmm, interesting. Okay, actually, this might have to be the pick right here. I think this might be the best available player on the board right now. If, let's see, because you have Dante Hightower, who is an aging player, and he's still playing at a pretty decent level. Jawan Bentley, I know, or I believe, is a little bit younger, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, he's 25, so it seems like he's going to be here for a little while more. But man, if you plug in and play Devin Lloyd, I mean, as versatile as this Patriots defense already is, if you can add a guy like Devin Lloyd into the mix, oh man. And I just feel like taking a look at all these other positions, I don't really see a role for any of those guys really. And we could plug in and play Roger McCreary immediately, but I've taken him in previous mock drafts, in previous team mock drafts, so I don't want to get too repetitive. I haven't taken Devin Lloyd yet, haven't gotten that opportunity, and I just feel like this is a team who's going to know how to utilize a skill set like that. I mean, this is the best linebacker in the draft. Some people would argue Nakobe Dean. I think both of them are phenomenal, but Devin Lloyd is just, he's different. He is different. And you're not going to see too many linebackers go within the top 10 of the draft, which is why it wouldn't be surprising to see him fall to a team like the Patriots. Obviously, there are the Devin Whites and the Roquan Smiths of the world. If Devin Lloyd does indeed go in the top 10, I will not be the slightest bit surprised. Okay. Wow, very interesting to see Kenny Pickett still here in the second round. Uh, Not going to take him, though. Obviously, we made that very clear. Hmm. I'm thinking maybe we go wide receiver here. I don't know, though. The team likes to run quite a bit. It wouldn't make sense to have four wide receivers, too. Just take a look at what we have here. Well, we know they like to run the ball. Imagine adding Breece Hall to that already star-studded backfield of rotating running backs. What do I want to do here? See, John Menchie is very intriguing because I really like him. And I know I just said that we really don't need a wide receiver. I mean, all three of these guys are productive in their own way. Possibly to have depth, I mean, come on, let's be real. N'Keal Harry is not good. Matthew Slater is just there for special teams. Maybe this is the wide receiver pick, maybe. Because I'm looking around. Honestly, if I'm the Patriots in this situation, and I'm not going to do any trades in any of my mock drafts, I don't want to finesse the computer or anything like that. That's why I just feel like that takes away the realistic factor to the whole thing. I'm going to take John Mechie. Uh, Actually, yeah, I mean, just looking at the depth now, he might not play immediately. And I know he's also dealing with an injury at the moment, but I think that would be good depth for the Patriots, actually. And he brings a different element of speed to the team. Now, I know that Nelson Aguilar is kind of the burner right now, and he's certainly improved over the years. But John Mechie just adds a different element to any team that you put him on, purely because of the speed that he brings, to the table. I feel like that's not a bad pick. And both of these picks don't necessarily fill needs, but you take the best player available. And honestly, I don't see a problem with that because at the end of the day, you want to bring good players in. And if you reach for players and you continuously draft for need, it'll always keep you drafting for need. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't draft for need, but when there are players of this caliber in Devin Lloyd and John Mechie sitting wherever you're picking, I mean, passing up on them, it would just be a huge mistake. And here again, this is another case of I think we have to just take the best player available, and that's Breece Hall, who had one of the longest active uh, touchdown streaks in college football history. Again, that is a guy that we considered taking in the second round because of just how talented he is. We didn't take him, and he lands right into our hands here in the third round. This would be a phenomenal draft for the Patriots. Now, do I think this could happen in real life? Possibly, um, but highly unlikely. But if everything fell into place and it went the right way, I mean, man, these are three ballers. This is a damn good draft. Well, if you guys enjoyed what you see, again, consider hitting the subscribe button. It's a small channel right now, but we're trying to grow. And we're going to consistently put up draft content weekly. So, yeah, if you guys like what you see, again, consider hitting the subscribe button. But it's a Purple and Gold podcast. I'll see you guys later. Peace.